Hey friends, have you ever found yourself with a board that have dip switches? You see these dip switches, you're able to go up and down with them. So right here, you see how number one right now, it is currently up. I'm able to bring that down as you can see. Give me a second. You see? Now that's down. That's in the off position. Or I want to back up, I just go up with it. Okay, so why dip switches? Why are they adding more things to the board? Well, as technology advances, they're using dip switches to be able to control like the speed of the motor and other things, create time delays. Now, if you ever worked on an inverter board, such as this one, they can be a little bit complex, but I hope that by the end of this video, you have a grasp on how to manipulate the inverter, at least when it comes to the speed, right? Because whether it's in heating or cooling, having the wrong airflow can drastically create issues. So the way this one works, the bottom is your inverter board, and on top it is your integrated furnace control board. Just to kind of give you guys an idea, do you guys remember how an ECM 5-speed wire works? Right, you have high voltage present, and then it's using low voltage, 24 volts, to then turn on the motor. If it hits 24 volts, goes to number 5. That's the fastest. If it goes to number 1, it's the slowest. It's using in a way the same concept here. So right here, if you look at that, right there, this brown one there, that's my common, and you're gonna see why. Brown, and then you have red, blue, yellow, and purple. The brown is common, the rest are 24 volts. The board will send out 24 volts based if it's in, let's say it's in cooling, I'll send 24 volts out of the red. If it's in heating, I'll send 24 volts out of the purple. But that is what I'm gonna show you right now, how you can, with the dip switches, you can send where you want the signal to come out from. Because as we know, all these 4 wires, they have different speeds. How do you know that? Well, when you come down to the inverter board down here, okay, let's go ahead and just take that out real quick so you can see it. Okay, so let's get a better view here. All right, so I'm actually gonna disconnect this so you guys can see this. All right, here we go. You see the red one, Y2, the yellow one is G, my brown one is C, my blue one is V for heating, for heat pump, and purple is Y. So the problem was when we came across this unit is that it was using a very slow speed for cooling. So you see right here, we don't have anything on 1. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5. We only have 4 speeds. We're only using 4 speeds. And number 5 is the fastest one. Number 2 is the slowest one. But how do we do it so that when there's a call for cooling and heating, we use the appropriate speed? Let's say after you check static pressure, you've determined that you want for, let's say, for cooling, okay, for cooling you want to use number 4 or number 5. And for heating you want to use the purple one. This is where the dip switches come in handy. So let's go ahead and come here. Okay, so just bear with me as I get this ready. It's important you're able to see what I'm going to show you here. Okay, and let's go right there to this part right there. Okay, all right, right there. Okay, so what do you see right there? Get situated here. Okay, so it's telling you dip switch S3, okay, S3-1, S3-2, S3-3. So if I decide to do, let's say the first one right there, you see the first one here? It's off, on, off. Okay, if I decide to do that, and I know it's confusing because when you look up there, you see H heat, L heat, H cool, L cool. So the L cool is low cool. That's your Y1, stage 1. H cool is Y2, stage 2. L heat is W1. And then H heat is W2. Now, in this specific case, though, it is a dual fuel system. So we are using for heating a heat pump, and actually we're using a 90% gas furnace. So we're not going to talk about heating. Let's just focus on this right here, okay? This part right here, okay? So let's say we were to have the first one here, okay? Off, on, off. What speed would my cooling use? It would use number 2. Okay, so I'm going to repeat that. L cool, which is Y1. Let's say you put off, on, off. It would use the lowest speed. And we're going to test it. We're going to compare 2 of them. And I'm going to do the dip switches too so you can see. So let's say we have it on off, on, off. When I have a call for cooling, that Y1 is going to use number 2. Okay, so let's do that actually. Let's go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and put off, on, off. 1, 2, 3. Off, on, off. So let's go up here. Off, on, off. Okay. All right. So let's go to the dip switches. You see right there, it kind of tells you. Let me get the fan here ready so you guys can see. Okay. You see S3, right? You got to identify. It is S3, not S2. It said S3. S3-1, S3-2, S3-3. So they didn't tell us anything about 4, so we're not gonna mess with 4, okay? We're not gonna mess with 4 at all. Okay, so what was it again? I'm gonna go ahead and confirm. Off, on, off. Okay, so this one is off. The first one is off. The middle one is on, and then number 3 is off. You see right there? Off, on, off. Okay, so now, since it's going to be using number 2, okay, number 2 is my purple wire, which is the slowest speed. So that means we're going to have 24 volts coming out from here. So let's go ahead and turn it on. Call for cooling, okay. All right, call for cooling. And remember, this is 24 volts, just like an ECM, right? C1, cooling. I'm going to put it on voltage. I'm going to go ahead and put it on common, okay? And check the purple wire here. Okay, you see that right there? I'm getting 24 volts coming out of the purple wire, but I'm not getting anything on the red wire. Nothing on the red wire. See, 0. Nothing on the yellow wire. Nothing on the blue wire. Let me check again. There we go. Only on the purple one, okay? So right now, there is a call for cooling, and it's sending 24 volts out of number 2, because I put the dip switches according to that, okay? The problem though, think about it, when I have let's say low fan speed for cooling, what are some of the issues that can happen? You won't have enough air going through your house. I don't think it'll freeze the coil, but you're not gonna have as much efficiency. This is a 3-ton evaporator coil, so we're gonna be robbing some CFM. So let's say you want to use number 4, which is the blue one. You don't want to use that one, okay? So how do we do that? Well, let's go back to the dip switches, okay? I will give you a little tip here. Whenever you're going to mess with the dip switches and you make a change, and I learned this in building automation, whenever you're going to mess with the dip switches, right, and you're going to make the changes we are right now, you have to reset power. You have to turn off power and turn it back on. That's okay. We'll do that right now. And just to kind of give you guys an idea, so you guys can see what how much amps is drawing, because this is the slowest speed. Okay, I'm gonna just check the amp draw here. Let's say, just so you guys see, 1.5. That's how much amps I'm drawing. Okay, so now let's go ahead. I'm just gonna turn it off. Okay, okay, and then I want number 4. Remember, I said number 4, right? I want that blue wire. Okay. So let's see where that's at. Let's see if we can get situated here. So I want number 4. Okay, so you see down here. So you got number 4 there, and you also have number 4 there. It seems like they're both the same because they have 4, 5. What is that? 3 and 5. Up here is 4, 5, 3, and 5. So it's the same one. So what it means is that for stage 1 cooling, I'll use number 4 speed. For stage 2 cooling, Y2 use number 5. For stage 1 heating, you use number 3. For stage 2 heating, you use number 5, which makes sense, right? More air. But let's say I want to do number 4. Let's do this one, number 4. So when you come over here, what do you see? On, off, off. Simple as that. So now, let's go to the dip switches here. Okay, on, off, off. Okay, let me just confirm again. Yep, on, off, off. So all I'm gonna do is turn the first one on. Okay, and then the 2 and 3 are gonna be off. And you can confirm right there, you see? So I had to make a change right there. You see, on, off, off, okay? So it's crazy. I had to mess with the dip switches to control the speed setting for the inverter motor for cooling to drive more air, right? So I actually had to mess with the dip switches, and that's what we have to get used to with all these new units. You have to read the manual. The dip switches, you can find them here on the panels as well, and we have to manipulate those. And of course, not that we changed it, you got to reset, turn off power, turn it back on so it can take effect the new dip switch settings. But we got to do that now for these systems. And another little pro tip: if you do end up using an A2L sensor, typically your the one here, number 2, you got to switch it to on if you're going to use the refrigerant sensor, the A2L sensor. But it's all right here on the panel. Okay, so let's go ahead and confirm, and let's make sure that we are getting 24 volts coming out of that blue wire, because we said the blue wire is number 4. Is it number 4? Or actually, the blue wire is not number 4, which is okay. Number 4 is yellow, okay? So number 2 is the slowest speed. Number 3 is the next highest. That's common. We're not worried about that. Number 4 is the second highest. Number 5 is highest. So we said number 4. So it's actually yellow we're going to check, not blue. Yellow is number 4. So it's going to be faster speed, but we're going to confirm that right now. Okay? Let's make sure that it's actually sending 24 volts out of the blue wire. So I'm going to go ahead and check common. I can check that brown wire. That's fine. Or I can check the common over here. Okay? What do you say? Yellow wire. I'm going to go through the back. You see the lead over here? Okay? Let me get more comfortable here. So you see number 4. Okay. Go there. And I'll just use the common over here. Okay. Oh, okay. That is funny. I see what is going on. Okay. I was getting a little bit confused here. Right now, it's on, okay? And we can tell. Okay? Because I'm not getting 24 volts coming out of the yellow wire, but I see what's going on. Right now, we are pulling 2 amps, right? A little bit more, okay? I see what's going on. These wires got mixed. It makes sense that number 3, the red one is the highest one. Then this one should be 4. That one should be 3, and then that's number 2. So what happened? And just like an ECM, you're able to disconnect it without hurting the motor because it's all low voltage. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull that. And right now my motor will turn off, which it just did. Okay. Okay, so right now it's sending 24 volts out of that tab. This was number 4. They had someone must have switched them, but now it's gonna be sending 24 volts to this wire here, right? Number 4. It's gonna send the 24 volts to my inverter board, and it's gonna be like, hey, my yellow wire number 4 has 24 volts. Go ahead and send the appropriate voltage to the inverter motor to run at this specific speed for number 4. So right now, just so you guys can believe me, okay? I'm gonna put it on amp draw. I haven't connected that wire. You see, right now, I am not getting any amp draw. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and connect the yellow one, and that is what was happening. It was not connected. So it's number 5, 4, 3, 2. And now we are gonna have voltage I'm having to troubleshoot at the same time here. I'm gonna go ahead and check yellow. And then my common. Right there, 24 volts. That makes more sense. So the wires were mixed. All right, so the yellow one was 4, but they had put the blue one on where the yellow was at. And there goes my lead taking out the wire there. So now, just so you guys can see, it's gonna put more amps because I'm using a faster speed. Okay, there we go. It's an inverter, right? So it takes a little bit up, it's ramping up, it's ramping up. There we go. It's way more than the 1.5 or 2.0, right? I'm pulling 3 amps, okay? So this is how this specific inverter motor works. It's sending, so if you were to check these 3 wires, right? I have a video on inverters. The AC voltage is all the same, but the way it's working, it's sending 24 volts through the tabs right there. Those right there are controlled by the dip switches. And sure, I can manipulate the wires here, but just follow the dip switches and it'll send 24 volts on that appropriate speed. And so we already know that the red one is the highest, yellow one is next, then is the blue one, then is the purple one, because it tells us right there, right? Number 5 is fastest, number 4 is next, then is number 3, and then is number 2. But the key is understanding the dip switches so you can have the appropriate airflow, whether you have a call for heating or for cooling. So yes, it's using, in a way, an ECM 5-speed constant torque along with the inverter board, so that if we're sending 24 volts to a specific wire, the voltage going to the inverter motor will correspond. So the higher the AC voltage, guess what? Is most likely using number 5. The lower the AC voltage going over there is probably using the lowest one, which is number 2, the purple wire. So 24 volts, it's important, but what's more important here though is the dip switches, reading the manual, reading these, and it'll give you a better understanding on how to control the fan speed on these indoor inverter motors. Hope that today's video helped you out, and I'll catch you on the next one.